Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, April 14th, 2024, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Now Mind You podcast. This is episode 109 Combat. We are your hosts. I'm TJ.
Matt.
Bryce.
You already know what it is. UFC 300 just took place, Pereira versus Hill. This was a massive card. We're actually going to cover the entirety of the card. Took place, of course, at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Stars were out tonight. Star-studded affair. Hey, it's UFC 300. It's just what it is. But like I said, we're going to cover the entire card from start to finish. So we're not even going to waste any time. You already know what it is. We might give our predictions for the next fight night toward the end of the episode. But let's just get right into it, right? So early prelims, which started at 5 p.m. Central. The opener was Davison Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt at Bantam. If you guys don't mind, since we're already talking, I'll just kick it off. This is what I'm going to say. Round two, Davison gets it with the rear naked choke submission. I'm not going to say that Cody Garbrandt wasn't in it to win it because he was giving Davison some problems, right? Something to deal with because Cody Garbrandt's hand speed is still insane. That being said, I feel like this matchup was something that was supposed to happen a while ago when they were both back at flyweight. But it happened now. It's just what it is. But this is what I'm saying. Davison Figueiredo, he's a problem at Bantam, and people need to be on notice.
Davison Figueiredo is a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy that he doesn't have to kill himself to make flyweight, though. Good for him. Any other thoughts on that one?
No, we can keep it rolling.
All right, let's go. Who's got Miller Green?
I'll take it. We had King Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. As y'all already know, Jim Miller been around. Honestly, both of these niggas been around forever.
Yeah.
As both of their records also reflect. Bobby coming into this 31-15-1. Jim Miller coming in 37-17 and won no contest. Initially, the game plan, Bobby fights with his hands down. So Jim was kind of getting that right hand off over the top, but we're going to call it what it was, man. Speed kills. And Bobby Green was too fast for Jim Miller really to enact any part of his game plan past the last minute of the first round. It was the Bobby Green show for the remaining 2 rounds. I thought he was going to stop him in that 3rd round, to be honest. But if Jim Miller ain't shit else, he tougher than a truck stop steak. So I'm gonna give him that.
Nigga, sure. What?
Damn. Wow.
Hey, I'm just saying. Jim Miller tough, man. He took a beating off Bobby. Bobby put the beats on this man, and he called out Patty Pimblett after. But it was an exciting fight for as long as it lasted. But the speed was just too much. It was too big of a differential.
Than a truck stop steak. Okay.
Fucking sirloin in a microwave.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, tough. I'm gonna slide it over to you, Bryce. You want to take over this next one?
Yeah, sure. Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. It was a good fight. Marina really had that distance, like she really had the height difference to like really try to use that against Jessica. But then Jessica just got aggravated. She's like, "Bitch, come here." That's really what happened.
Shit, but then Jessica just got aggravated. She's got say, "Hey, fuck this technique shit.
Come here."
Hey, I told y'all in the group chat. I'm pretty sure Marina's corner there just like, "Hey, she's strong, ain't she?"
She's strong, huh? You got to dust one off, right? She hit her with the AU mirror.
Hey, mirror.
Like, what you mean? Like, no,
mirror. Got it to the cage, just started raiding them down, and eventually it just caught up. She almost got taken out a couple times.
No, that's a pattern we saw with the ladies.
Yeah. But that's what I got to say. Let's go into another one. TJ, I know you want to talk about this.
Oh my God.
Oh, boy.
Listen, Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano. You know what sucks about this? I used to like Renato Moicano until he adopted this Money Moicano personality, or persona, if you will. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. The dude gets on the mic. Like, have you all ever seen a Tracy Morgan interview?
Yeah.
And how no one can actually interview Tracy Morgan? This is what it feels like now.
Because he just go on his own tangent.
Yeah. Like, This Money Moicano going on the mic like Joe Rogan couldn't get this nigga to stay on any topic. He's just
He
like,
couldn't get him to stand still.
yeah, it's like nigga talking about I can't afford to lose. I respect the First Amendment. I want to be a cop. I want to shoot bad guys. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm finna start a
INS,
podcast. You gonna be the first guest you cannot refuse.
It's like,
hey, yo.
I need y'all to flag this nigga immediately. But like, so Jalen Turner, Tarantula, on paper, there's no reason why he should have lost to this dude the way he lost. But it's like round one, he kind of survived the grappling aspect because, I mean, let's be real. Jalen dropped him immediately, and Hanato was like, all right, grappling mode. And of course, Hanato is a fantastic grappler. Jalen was, look, I mean, if y'all could see our group chat, you can pinpoint where I started screaming at my screen. Yes, the pain. Because I was like, Bryce was like, get up. I was like, turn into a tarantula. Nigga, use your tarantula powers. Like what is happening? He dropped him at the end of the first round and didn't capitalize on it. I was like, what? And then round two happened. But Money Moicano is now going to be in the top 10. Yeah. And
he been around for a minute.
He has. And like for what it's worth too, Persona aside, he's a fucking fantastic fighter. But the Persona as a black person kind of freaking me out a little bit. Like I don't need this man to be a cop. You already kind of have to have a few screws loose to like want to do MMA low key. So it's like anyway. I'm gonna pass it over. Who's got regular simple Sadiq?
Jesus. Yo, you're not finna do this, bro. You're not gonna do this.
Sorry.
No. You want to do the you do it. You do it then. Since you want to call it out. You do it.
No. Go ahead.
Go ahead, TJ.
No, wait.
Take this next one, TJ. Go ahead.
All right. So
Lone Wolf. Go ahead, brother.
My bad. Now I feel bad. Never mind. You got it, Matt. Shit.
You got it.
All right. I'll go ahead and do it.
Thank you, Bryce.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Shit.
Look, let's just get into it. All right.
Damn. Bryce not making it no better.
Look, he got caught.
No segue, no fluff.
Look,
the dick got caught, and I know he woke up later, and I know he just go back to the gym. I knew Diego was something else when I saw that he got a sentence tattooed on his chest, a whole ass sentence. It ain't even like a full sentence, and it's in English, and I know that's probably like, nah, this dude crazy, bro. This dude crazy. There was no other way he could play it out. I feel bad for Sadiq. He gonna be back. He having a hard time with Brazilians. They built different.
He had a show on Disney Plus that's busting, so I think he'd be all right. He do. I'm not even bullshitting.
No, they talked about it on the broadcast too. Like he's doing voiceover work.
Good. Well, good. Good on him. He needs to do that Disney Plus show, hit the gym. The next fight, make sure they ain't Brazilian. That's it. That's it. Who doing the next one?
I got it, man. Bryce ain't say shit about how to fight with.
He did.
We
he
know
said
how
he
this
got
fight
caught.
went.
He got caught.
He right.
No, I'm not going. We know how this fight went by the way y'all was arguing about who gonna take it. Y'all didn't want to do it.
That's true. That is true.
Y'all didn't want to do it. He got caught, man. He got caught. 4K.
He did get caught at 4K. Next up, we had Holly Holm fighting against the debuting Kayla Harrison. For those of you who are not aware, Kayla Harrison is a 6th degree black belt in judo. Kayla Harrison has won 99% of the judo competitions she has ever entered. That is including junior competitions, everything. She's only ever lost, I think, like 2 or 3 times. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, all of that. Afterwards, Kayla went on to Invicta, and I believe also the PFL.
Yeah, PFL was her
Um,
last, I think, promotion. Yeah.
yep. And she not even virtually, she was the biggest female MMA fighter outside of the grasp of the UFC. And she has just signed over with the UFC. So they gave her Holly in her debut at bantamweight, lowest weight class she's ever had to fight in. I believe she said she hasn't had to fight at bantamweight in like 5 years. Made the weight cut. Didn't, believe it or not, even though she looked small, she didn't look bad. You know, we've seen a lot of people make shitty weight cuts, and it's like they look cracked out the day before. She looked good. Um, I'll say this. Oftentimes it is said that judo doesn't translate well into MMA, and they did not inform Kayla Harrison about this at all. She is not aware of the fact that judo on paper is not super useful in MMA. I ain't gonna say she slung Holly around because she didn't, because her first takedown, Holly actually rolled her through on some, hey, I'm a vet shit, but like, this
You
was
think the
one-way
roll is
traffic.
your ally?
Yeah, this was one-way
roll.
traffic. She hit her with the, oh, you think grappling is your ally? Like, Jesus, man. And I
Taylor
mean,
said it is.
she put a lot of ground and pound on her in that first round, and ultimately was able to submit her in the second. Was it a career-ending type of loss for Holly? No.
I
But
kind of go
but
on.
what I will say is, I love Holly. I think Holly's had a hell of a career. I think it's time to hang it up. That's what I'm gonna say. Kayla pulls off the sub in round 2. Kayla Harrison comes out with the victory. I am going to pass it to, who's on now? Bro, TJ. TJ, you want to take us through our next one?
Yeah.
Try to stay awake.
It,
Hey,
Wow.
also, I just want to point something out. I've been meaning to bring this up to y'all all day. The winner of this fight, also, he's the only person all night that did not get a post-fight interview. He's the only person.
Aljamain?
you didn't get a post fight?
No.
Or did they cut to commercial?
No, he just didn't get one. Everybody else got one but him.
They were
You
just
know
like,
exactly the fuck why. You know exactly why. But go ahead.
They say you ain't calling nobody out, motherfucker. I got a power bomb. What the fuck is you talking about?
All right, we got Calvin Kattar, Aljamain Sterling. This was Aljo's debut at featherweight. I mean, Aljo just Aljo'd. Like, he wrestled throughout the entire match and effectively nullified all of Calvin Kattar's offensive capabilities. But then I have to also think that, you know, Kattar's camp did their homework, so to speak. They had to have a better game plan than just what he did last night.
He been out though.
Yeah, but I mean, there are arguments to be made that ring rust isn't a thing, and it is a thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I know he's not satisfied with that performance because Aljo just shut him down, pinning him, wrestling him, shooting on him. There were times too where it's like, come on, Calvin, I know you saw that single leg coming from a mile away.
Yeah, bro, but
what's going on here?
He ain't fought since 2022, and this is the most.
Oh, was this him coming off of the knee injury?
Yeah, this is his first fight since the Arnold Allen fight.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
He ain't fought since October of 2022. And Aljamain, whether he from your weight class or not, that's a motherfucker to come back to. And he's been active. And even if you look at Calvin,
and now he's not killing himself to make weight. Yeah.
He's never fought a guy like Aljamain. And he's never fought a guy with that type of grappling pedigree. I'll say that. His resume doesn't have that anywhere on it. So to come back off a bad knee injury like that, and then it be that, tough.
A nigga who could put your knee right back in danger.
For real.
But yeah, I'd like
I
to
still
see
get where you're coming from.
I'd like to see who they match Aljo up with next, because there's a fucking murderer's row at featherweight. Like, a murderer's row. What'd you say, Bryce?
I really hope it's T-City. That'll be a good one.
That would be a good one. Grappling on grappling. All right, who's got... No, I think it's on you, Matt. This is actually perfect, too. Go ahead.
Woo! Man, we had an all-European banger as our main event of the prelim card. We had Yuri, I don't feel that shit, Prochaska versus
Sorry.
Alexander the Rocket Rockets.
It's just the accuracy of that nickname you just gave him was
Bro,
100%.
first of all, Yuri Prochaska is one of those guys that, like, I've heard Joe Rogan say this shit about certain people. You've seen the silhouette of this guy fighting. You know it's him. Because
Yeah.
nobody stands like that. I've never seen a person that keeps their lead hand up, but they rear hand down. It's
Yeah.
usually the reverse. That's so weird. I'm going to say this also, like, we knew this fight was going to be explosive, and it was very evident early on. And this could have just been on my end, at least the way I felt
Rockich
about
had
it.
him dead to rights.
Rockich had him dead to rights a handful of times. Smoke, like, put him on skates in that first round.
Yeah, off of what, a leg kick?
Yeah, he was chopping his legs and all that, but like it compromised his movement. He did a bunch of stuff to him, but it became painfully evident, like outside of that leg kick, after like halfway through that first round, Yuri showed no respect for anything Alexander Rakic threw at him. He showed no respect. Continuously walked at him with his hands down, minimal head movement, like ate a lot of punches dead on. Am I bullshitting?
No, that's why I think he's here for a good time, not a long time, bro.
And eventually he was able to whip one of them right hands up from off his hip. Pow! Catches Rockets with it, puts him on skates. Gets tired of chasing him. Literally has to chase Rockets around the cage because Rockets can't even find him. He gets turned around and is like, shit, let me just move. Gets tired of chasing this man, grabs him by his waist and just throws him on the ground. And then ground and pound and gets the stop. In the second round, I mean, caught him with a nasty 1-2, just spun his neck, like caught him perfectly down the pipe.
Low-key could have been a late stoppage because I remember watching that and being like, hey, you could have stopped this like 7 strikes ago.
Yeah, they gave Rockets a lot of time to try to get out. That ground and pound, he took ground and pound for at least 45 seconds.
But we're talking about rehydrated light heavyweights, bro. I'm not saying it's heavyweight caliber, but those aren't light strikes.
Nah, fuck that. Nah, the fact that this motherfucker got hit and now he's just running the fuck away. To me, that's when you stop it. Nah, because he had like 3 books. He had genuine 3 books away, and then Jerry like, nah, bitch, just get on the ground.
And then when he had him on the ground, he hitting him. He got ground and pound off on this man in 3 different positions while he was not defending himself. He's in 3 different non-defensive positions, just getting hit.
The ref was just like, I am too afraid to stop him. He knew how bad Jerry was when he got
to live that samurai lifestyle.
Nah, bro. He said, I'm a fake samurai. You call me a fake samurai? Oh, I gotta fuck you up. Bitch, I learned the book of 5 rings. The fuck is you talking about?
Man.
Yeah, he couldn't believe that shit.
I'm
not a samurai.
I'm not a samurai.
I'm not a samurai.
Did you not see this top knot, nigga?
I ain't samurai.
No. He said, I ain't even braid my shit this time. Tried to keep it calm. Yo, for real?
That's crazy.
Who would have known that was like the hot button for him? Like he called that man a fake samurai. I think he said, oh, hell no.
I gotta beat his ass. What?
Well,
he said you can't beat one after reading the book. Damn.
That's a dangerous game to play when it's like you see that Yuri in preparation for fights just like spends time alone in the darkness. Like I just like you should have known that you would trigger something in this man. He different. Talking about taking a full-fledged hit to the face that would knock anybody out and just being like, hey, samurais deal with pain every day, B. Anyway. On to the main card.
On to the main card.
Okay. We have to have somewhat of a reckoning because Bryce and I made some predictions about this main card. Speaking of which, the opener, Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage at middleweight. What was this? Bo Nickel's like 4th? No, this might excluding Contender Series. I think this is his 3rd professional appearance in the UFC, right? As a UFC fighter. Of course, Cody Brundage, mad experience, but this is another situation where it kind of feels like they're feeding people the Bo Nickel, and you can clearly tell that the machine is behind him, right? So, who did you have, Bryce?
I had Bo. I had Bo, and I was right. Going into the fight, Bo did not feel like this was this wasn't the best situation or his best performance, but
Yeah, the nigga
he's
booed
fighting tough for
himself.
people. Yeah, he's fighting tough for people. Cody came out with a lot of aggression. Um, I want to say that he came out swinging. I thought there was a time where Bo kind of caught him and made Cody fall a little bit. But that didn't seem to be the case at first. I guess, Cody just slipped. But, as the first round went on, typically we're used to Bo kind of ending it quickly, but it didn't happen this time. He did manage to grab Cody and get with the grappling, but it wasn't enough to really get a finish as of yet for the first round.
Yeah,
And then the second round, I guess he got the bearings. He knew what he had to do. Got
finally
the
got the rear naked choke. He finally got the rear naked choke under the chin.
Yep.
I had Brundage, unfortunately, but I will say Brundage had the right mindset in that he didn't really respect Bo Nickal's wrestling, which I think is probably the intimidating factor to a lot of people. But also, too, like I want to say in Bo Nickal's first few outings in the UFC, he was like getting wins by knockout too.
Yeah.
So he hadn't really been put in a grappling match like that as of yet. And I thought Brundage was able to hang with him until he wasn't, but there were like some really good scrambles, really good exchanges. And he made Bo work, like have to work hard. Like so far, this is the longest fight in his MMA career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still growing. We've said it before. Clearly the machine is behind Bo. I think this time around though, it's different from a Connor or a Sean situation in that well, not really Sean, but in that Bo probably is more of a workhorse than those two. Like I don't see Bo. I see Bo just staying in the gym, constantly getting ready, constantly getting better. So we'll I don't feel like we're gonna feel the like the feeding, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're gonna still get some interesting. We get to break down Bo's ability and see how he grows.
Well, to counter your point though, I think Sean O'Malley is also a workhorse. I think the difference is we're not seeing a persona, right?
That's true.
There's no persona here.
That's very true. That's very true. Sean's probably more so giving off a show, staying in the gym, and then just having a good presentation. Like Sean is clearly the best showing of just UFC having the machine behind someone. I mean, he won the title. So we get to see Bo. We already have people that he's inevitably going to run across when he has the bearings, which I imagine will be pretty soon. I imagine Bo will probably be back in the octagon maybe in a couple months. I wouldn't be surprised though if he just gets like he's the main event of a fight night instead of being
that shit wouldn't shock me neither.
Yeah. I think that's probably what's best. I think we talked about it before how that wasn't. I mean, like there were other fights that could have been that opener.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, the day got to end. No, I'm just playing. At the end of the day, like when we look at the whole card, right? And I mean the whole card, they're the two least decorated fighters on the entire card.
Yeah.
Like literally, go to every single fight. They're the two least decorated fighters on the whole card. The second least decorated are Sadiq and Diego Lopez.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not a shot at nobody, but like the card opened with two former world champions. Bobby Green and Jim Miller, been fighting forever. Jessica Andrade, former world champion. Okay. Moicano and Jalen Turner. But Moicano been around a long time, so it's Jalen Turner. Like Sadiq and Diego Lopez, relatively new. Holly Holm,
I feel like Alexa and Yuri kind of have to be down there in terms of decorations too.
Where's Alexa Neri at?
Alex Pereira, how many? He hasn't had that many fights in the UFC yet, right? Think about it. He's had like one of the
Hey, but
shortest
like
He's a
paths.
two-weight world champion.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not saying no, but I mean, like, I was just thinking in terms of fight experience.
Oh, I was just saying decoration, period.
Oh, my
But
bad.
you're
My
right.
bad.
I mean, if we talking fight experience, he barely got more experience in terms of MMA fights than Bo Nickel. He 10 and
Yeah,
2.
Hey,
yeah.
Jamal in the same bracket. He only
Hey,
got
Yuri's only got 5 fights total,
that's fucking crazy.
and only one L in the UFC.
Yuri has 5 fights in the UFC. He ain't got 5 total.
No, that's what I meant. I meant like 5 fights total in the UFC. That's what I was saying.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about his like complete fight record.
I was
So
about
I
to say,
said
it's
he was
like,
only got the only L he got was to Pereira, and that was to avenge Glover. So it's acceptable. I'm kidding.
Right after Glover is
wait,
undefeated.
are you kidding?
Oh,
Let me get my Glover quotes ready.
oh my God.
Get ready because we're gonna get there soon.
Any other thoughts on Nickel versus Brundage?
I just would like to just jump in real quick on the same shit that Bryce was saying, where he's like a guy that's probably in the gym. Bo Nickel, I mean, again, he's a younger guy, especially for MMA, 28, still in a good spot. I think, going based off how they push him, he'll probably fight at least 2 more times before the end of the year, and we'll see even more improvement out of him. So if he gonna constantly improve and stuff, cool. I just think for me personally as a fan, and I think for a lot of fans, it just was kind of upsetting to see him be put in that spot so early, especially ahead of so many other people who, at least within the company, have done so much more. But it's also a testament to the faith that they have in him, that he's going to, be able to deliver. And I mean, true enough, he didn't have the most boring fight the whole night. So, but that's where I'm at with it. I'll pass it back to whoever got next.
All righty then. So I'm guessing that is me. No, I just did Bo Nick. I just did Bo and Cody. But I'll do.
Nigga, you stole that from me. No,
Hey, I'll
Do
do.
you want that? You want Oliveira?
no,
Yeah. No, you want? Go ahead, go ahead.
no. I picked wrong. Like,
I picked wrong too, man. We both picked wrong, man. I will say though, man, to see the love Charles gets, this is random. But just
Can we talk about what the fight is first, Bryce, before you go into it? For those who don't know,
Charles Oliveira versus Arman Sarukian. Arman was the number 4 in the lightweight division. Of course, Charles was number one contender. The win was for Arman Sarukian this time. The fight started off, actually, I thought it was going to be over with. Arman went in for a takedown, and Charles countered with a fucking guillotine, just wrapped himself
jumped
around.
it. Yeah.
Immediately.
Got it, hooked it, and just held on. And how Arman got out of that fucking it's amazing.
Somebody was praying for him.
Somebody was praying for him. Yeah, he definitely popped his head out. And interestingly enough, that
shorts came off.
Shorts came off.
No, literally.
There was a lot of things that kind of went wrong with this fight. Arman did, manage to hold his, well, I wouldn't say hold his own with Oliveira on the ground. He's just way more aggressive. Oliveira takes his time, looks for those openings, and then like really, really takes advantage of those. Was it the first round? I think Arman did get Charles, but Charles tried to kick him off. But it looked, I don't know if it was intentional.
Yeah, that was round one.
It looked like it bounced off of Arman's chest and then got him in the face. Which, Charles was like, my bad, bro. But like, in that time that Arman got to recover and they were checking on him, Charles definitely got a little bit of recovery time.
The illegal up kick. Right.
The illegal up kick, yeah. Yeah, the first round was pretty good. I gave that one to Charles just because he almost got the finish. The second round, from what I remember, Arman kind of took more of the control with the grappling aspect. though he couldn't really get anything out of Charles. Like Charles's defense is amazing on the ground. It was just pretty. It was pretty even. It's just Armand's ability to be more aggressive really took advantage there. Finally, in the third round, it was pretty much the same as the second. But Charles almost got him in a choke in the last bit of the round. We were actually talking about it over the text message over the group chat, whether or not Charles or Armand won, which really says, Charles looked very strong in that, even though he didn't get the win. Armand did win. Yeah, it was a solid match. Funny enough, I like when I first saw the cards, they had Bose fight, but after Charles Oliveira versus Armand, I was like, that's fucking weird. They had to switch that last minute. But
Also, don't forget
that was
your
my
the
take
point
on
you
the
was
on the
making
on the on the
about
fight.
the love Charles was
Oh.
getting. Don't forget your point.
Oh yeah, Charles got so much love. It was crazy. I think people still just keep in mind his title reign or his title defenses. Like they were always interesting. His fights always are tense because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how, you don't know how it's gonna really play out. Of course, that's always the case with fights, but they're always so close, you never fucking know with a Charles Oliveira fight. And people love him. He's just got a bunch of good energy. To me, it just kind of says that even though if he doesn't get the belt back, he kind of has that same, I don't know. Him, Justin, Dustin,
The
and
Ustins.
Max Holloway are always gonna have like the BMF type of feel to it. Like they're always gonna be pay-per-view types. They're always being something. I just wanted to make that point home. It was good for Armand. He's definitely can say that, just should challenge Islam, or at least, well, he's gonna have to fight Islam versus Dustin. He gets the winner of that, which makes perfect sense. Yeah, he's in a good spot. He's in a really good spot. Solid fight. Solid fight. I kind of course, it wasn't really going to be on the hands like that, though. They were exchanging pretty well. It was some good ones. Charles got a couple on. Feel like Armand definitely got more shots on Charles. I feel. Yeah, of course the numbers. Armand got 75 out of 117 strikes. Charles got 33 out of 53. Yeah, so Armand definitely outstruck Charles. But that's my take. What did y'all think?
I think
Oh, go ahead.
I think if it's ever a situation where it's a split decision like that and the one person did more grappling and submission work and the other person did a little bit more striking work, they're almost always going to sway the decision. At least two out of the three judges will sway it toward the striker.
Yeah,
Grappling, submissions, even takedowns never seem to weigh as much as striking and visual damage do, unfortunately.
yeah.
Because
Armand was definitely trying to get the ground and pound going, and that was not happening. But he did get the
yeah,
top.
like
Yeah.
you can almost guarantee. I mean, you can make a case that Oliveira got robbed. You could,
Oh yeah, he definitely got robbed.
you know what I mean?
Definitely got robbed.
But yeah, Matt, what'd you think?
Same thing. There was a case for sure that you could make that he was robbed. I thought Oliveira had it, and that's, it's not a preference thing. I just thought he pulled it off. I mean, you damn near stop a guy, you damn near finish a motherfucker twice. That's that's just where my head goes. But yeah, the fight was entertaining. Charles, anytime you got Charles Oliveira, like you said, Bryce, it's tense because you don't know what's gonna happen. He might die, his teammates might die. He gonna get everybody a hug and a kiss before it's over. And that's pretty much all it is. He gonna come out, show love. He gonna try to absolutely take your life, and then he gonna show love again after that. And that's pretty much it.
Right later.
So yeah, he gonna go and pray. He gonna probably cry.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. But now, getting to the main event, the true main event,
The people's main event.
the people's main event, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Let me tell y'all. Let me take y'all on a walk right quick.
I like this. Go ahead.
It's
Paint
not
the,
often.
Paint the picture.
It's not often that we get to witness legendary moments and careers and shit like that. Like we cover all the fights and stuff, and we see plenty of good fights. We see knockouts, we see stoppages, we see wars, we see all type of shit. And like, there's never really been a fight on that you like see on paper, and it's like, damn, that's gonna be a banger, and it over delivers. I've seen fights that have been like, this gonna be a banger on paper, and it's like, yeah, this was what I thought. This fight over delivered on what was promised. Now, if you came in here expecting a car crash between two fighters, you're not gonna get that until the last round. But if you came for some shit that's gonna keep you on the edge of your seat for 5 rounds, and every single exchange was, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, you're in the right situation. You got literally the number 2 at featherweight, Max Holloway, was fighting the number 2 at lightweight, Justin Gaethje. This time Max was getting a chance to have a full camp to fight at lightweight and not taking it on 2 or 3 weeks notice. He had time. And he did not look like, if you would have told me, like if I wasn't aware of who Max Holloway was, I would not have believed you if you told me, oh yeah, that dude fights at a weight class lower than this. Looked fine. He looked like he was supposed to be there. He didn't look like a skinnier guy or smaller dude. I have never witnessed and Justin Gaethje, I would say even before this and probably still now, probably top 3 favorite fighter in MMA. And I mean like possibly all time, but definitely of current. Definitely current, he top 3 for me. And I put Max kind of in the same situation. But like what you got with Max is nonstop volume, right? That's what he's known for at 45. At 45, he's known for the guy that is going to put you underneath an avalanche of activity. And when you go against Justin Gaethje at 55, you're fighting a buzzsaw. Like, it's been said, guys get Justin Gaethje. You don't ask for Justin Gaethje. That's the guy that you get assigned. You get assigned to fight Justin Gaethje. And also knowing that these two guys are friends outside of this also kind of added a level to it as well. But you got the guy, pretty much both the guys that have all the records for performances and bonuses in their respective weight classes. Justin Gaethje hasn't had a single fight in the UFC that he didn't get a bonus for. Not one. And Max has
23 bonuses between them or something like that.
Yeah. They collectively have actually, I think Max is tied with Justin for the most bonuses in a fight.
Shit.
Like in the UFC, in the history. I think they're tied, if I'm not mistaken, for the most bonuses in from the UFC. Max didn't set a striking record last night. He did not do that. But what he did was light the fucking world on fire. Apparently, you can defend a BMF title, and Justin Gaethje defended his BMF title against Max. Max's answer for Justin Gaethje, he had to eat the leg kicks, but his answer for Justin Gaethje was consistent movement and capitalizing when Justin Gaethje would strike, because when Justin Gaethje strikes, he plants his feet, which is, what you're supposed to do, but he stays there a little bit too long after he throws his strikes. For a person that, and I'm not saying this on some super smart shit, but like for an uninitiated person, you kind of wouldn't really notice it, right? But for a guy that's coming from a weight class beneath them, which 55 and 45 on paper sounds like just 10 pounds, that's a world of difference in speed and power. 145 pounds, 155 pounds, those are 2 different worlds. 2 totally different worlds. Max is still operating on the speed of that previous place. And that speed, in my opinion, that speed is what made the difference in this fight between him and Justin, because he was able to get in and out faster than Justin could. And he was able to get out, recover, and counter faster than Justin would be able to 90% of the time. Justin was successful with the leg kicks and stuff, but all that shit don't matter. We get to the end. Max Holloway at this point has outpointed Justin Gaethje, and he didn't outpoint him like playing touch butt. That was the luck of the draw. He kept moving, kept striking. got some good body work off on him, good body punches, good head shots, handful of head kicks. None of those landed clean. He even hurt Justin in the 4th round.
The
by
motherfucker
suddenly
was
picking up the
spamming
speed.
spinning back kicks.
Yeah. Oh, we about to
All
get to that.
He broke his
fight
nose.
long.
Well, we about to get to that. I've never seen a person use a spinning back kick as a counter to somebody ducking.
He broke his nose in
The first round,
bro.
Justin Gaethje tries to close the distance on Max within the last, few seconds to get him backed up on the cage. With no space for nothing. Max does a jumping back spin kick and kicks Justin Gaethje for where he was aiming for his body. And because Justin ducked, shatters his nose with his heel. He does a jumping, spinning back kick to this motherfucker's face in the first round.
Max
Justin Gaethje was like, damn, that's so crazy. I'll see you in 30 seconds. And proceeded to fight him for the next 20 minutes like his nose was not broken. We get to round 5. Justin almost dies in round 4. Max can't stop him. Justin is actually the first person to ever drop Max, dropping him with a hook in the first round as well. First person in history to ever put Max on his butt, right? Mm-hmm. And it was, it was a flash, but it was a real knockdown. Max got back up, right? Last 10 seconds of the last round, Max points down at the runs to the center of the canvas, points down on it and says, "It's time. I need you to know Max has this fight won. Far and away, he has this fight won." He says, "That's not enough for me. Come get in the middle of this ring." They stood in the middle of the ring and exchanged. And as the clock struck 1, Max landed an overhand right in the middle of this exchange that cut all the lights off on Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje went down face first directly into the canvas and was unconscious.
Going down.
I'm talking about dropped that man like a sack of potatoes, put that man down like a Gerber baby, laid him out, bro. He laid that nigga out like a roadmap. He laid him out like a 5-year plan. No, bro, that shit was not right. That shit was crazy. He outstruck this man, had him beat, and said, "I need to put an exclamation point on this." Stands in the middle of the ring, puts himself in complete danger, in the most danger he was in the entire fight, and decides to stand and bang with Justin Gaethje.
That's how you get a fucking
10
bonus.
seconds. The last 10 seconds, and it only lasted 9 seconds.
That's how you get
1 second left on the clock. The same way he walked out of there with $600,000, like he should have.
I'm trying to get a new house right quick.
600,000.
The overhand right damn near decapitated Gaethje. It's the same overhand right that damn near killed Korean Zombie. Same overhand right that kept Arnold Allen in the top 5, but not getting no title shot. We have never seen a guy like Max Holloway, because what's impressive about it, I'm not going to go too much longer on this, but what's impressive about it is, again, it's unnecessary risk. That is what makes him amazing. And I would not tell any fighter on earth to do what Max did. I would have never done no shit like that. I would have never coached a person to do no shit like that. My coach would never tell nobody to do that. What he did was nonsensical. But there's some people that the shit is just in their blood. Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway are gladiators. Them are not regular fighters. There's other guys that's on the roster. They there to fight. They there to fight. They there to win. For some of them, they look at it like competition. It's life and death when you fight them two dudes. That's how they fight. And man, you just don't witness shit like that in person.
Right.
Obviously we weren't there, but to, in the middle of an exchange, have the wherewithal to go body overhand where y'all just wildly exchanging. Nah, man. And to lay him out like that, it was cinematic. This fight was so crazy and that finish was so electric that the building was dead for the next 2 title fights.
Yeah.
And the next 2 title fights, no spoilers, were fun. They were good fights. And I know there's always a knock on the women's MMA and shit like that. All the women came to fight. All 6 of them showed up to fight last night. Whatever people be having to say about female MMA and all that other shit, it wasn't the case yesterday. because the next fight we had after this was also a fucking banger. If we just calling it a spade, it was a banger. But we had a guy with every record known. He has every record at featherweight. There's no featherweight record he don't have. And he went up and said, who's the scariest dude in this weight class? Knocked him the fuck out. It makes you wonder, like, if he had a full camp, could he have beat Dustin? Could he have won his rematch with Dustin if he had a full camp and didn't take that last minute?
Mm.
You know, it makes you wonder, what the fuck happens to the rankings? Because the number 2 at 45 just iced the number 2 at 55. And the only person in front of him at 55 is Charles Oliveira. Max beat him already. If he takes Justin's spot, right? Justin is sitting at number 2. Charles is number 1. Max already got that. He beat him before. You got Dustin Poirier behind him. That's just, you know, if he took the spot. And then you got Suk Ryan, who just won, number 4, just beat number 1. So maybe he's the number 1 contender. But like, you know, the number 6 dude finna fight at 170, Michael Chandler. And, you know, Gamrot just kind of got took care of by Dustin. So,
well, I think it depends on if the BMF has an effect on lightweight rankings.
Yeah, right? No, I mean, they definitely said Max next fight is Ilia Topuria. Dana said it, Max said it, even Ilia said it. I'm pretty sure that's the case, but like, this is also unprecedented.
Right.
Like, all jokes aside, not even jokes, but like all irony aside, we ain't seen no shit like this since BJ Penn.
Who was in attendance?
Who was there? Yeah, but like, bro, BJ Penn went up to 170 because he wasn't shit to do at 55 no more. So I don't know, but no, that was one of the best finishes I ever saw. And I mean, shit, they're gonna have to move Max off number 11 off number 14 on that pound for pound. Move that motherfucker a little higher, man, because it's hard for me to have anybody above this man that don't got wins in 2 weight classes. If you don't got wins in more than 1 weight class, I don't really understand how you in front of him. I just don't. I've never witnessed nothing like that in my life. Like, Max is the only fighter I can honestly say in the UFC who has multiple times made me get beside myself watching him fight. And we have witnessed this man, like, we've all collectively text talk prior to the show, you know, prior to us recording today, even prior to us ever doing this show, even before this, we've all text talked to it like, God damn, you saw what Max did? Like, he does shit you just like. You gotta
he
career's like a movie.
His own record. Like, again.
Bro, you know who the top 3 fighters are for the most strikes in the UFC? Him.
Yeah.
It's all 3 of them are him. He has the top 3. He is 1, 2, and 3 for the most strikes landed in UFC fights, and he's 1, 2, and 3 for the biggest strike differential in a fight, and 1, 2, and 3 for the biggest significant strike differential in a fight.
Yeah.
And he has the highest strike differential in history of the UFC. Like, if you can make a whole separate page on his Wikipedia for just his accomplishments. His accomplishments alone on his Wikipedia are long enough that you could just make its own page.
And he's got the power of God and anime on his side.
100%. Bro, he tied for the most fight of the nights.
Yeah.
And all the people he's tied with for the most fight of the night bonuses are all people who have been in the UFC or fighting significantly longer than him. Diego Sanchez, Joe Lozon, and Jim Miller.
So it's just a matter of time.
It's like a matter of 2 weeks. Like, well, no, he ain't Andre Fialio, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, they cut him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking for a fight with somebody right now.
Yes. Well, with that, let's segue over to the co-main event.
Shit. Oh, it was more fights.
We had Zhang Weili
Crazy, right?
versus Yan Xiaonan. Historical on at least one front. Specifically, we have 2 Chinese women's MMA fighters meeting each other
Mhm.
for the first time, and it's a title bout, right? At women's strawweight.
And it was the first all Chinese bout,
All
period, in the
Chinese
MMA.
bout, right? And man, how do you even remember Drew Dober versus T-Rex, Terrence
Mhm.
McKinney? I always go
Yep.
back to that and like how it was a roller coaster of a fight in like one round. Okay, take that and extend it over 5 rounds. That's what this fight was. So we have Zhang Wei Li, preeminent women's strawweight champion, just been on a tear since getting her belt back from Joanna, retired Joanna, right?
Mhm.
Which is saying something. And then we saw what happened in the first fight. We don't need to rehash it. Um, and then you got Yan Xiaonan, who's been on a bit of a tear herself, kind of going into this. I think she was like 6-0 coming into this bout, right? Um, bro, I don't even know what to say. Like, I was watching this fight, and this was the first time I was like, wait a minute, Jean can be hurt. She could actually lose this because the height discrepancy on paper didn't and reach discrepancy didn't look like it was that much of a delta on paper. But then
Mhm.
watching it during the fight, I was like, oh shit, she's actually like Yan is doing a good job of frustrating Zhang with her range. Like Zhang was having to like Zhang can wrestle like a motherfucker. Zhang can grab like a motherfucker, but she's also got power in her hands. She couldn't even get near Yan Xiaonan, right? But
Yeah.
then a grappling exchange ensues, right? And we see Zhang toward the end of the round is finally able to get to Xiaonan's back. I think it was like a fence wrestling that just did not go Xiaonan's way because, like I said, Zhang can grapple like a motherfucker. And the
You saw
weirdest
her
thing
pick up
happened.
Francis.
We had I'm laughing because it's the thing I always think about too.
Same.
Um,
It's consistently
that's
my
what
final
that's why I
reference.
could not understand how she was like in trouble in this fight, but I digress. Right, so Zhang Weili gets Xiaonan's back, has the rear naked choke fully sunken under the chin and everything. Like you see Yan trying to fight it off, get the hands on the forearm, but it's under the chin, so it's like tough break, nigga. It's just what it is. You might as well tap. She does not tap. There's 10 seconds left. Or no, it was actually more than 10 seconds. Like it might have been like 20 seconds left or
Bro,
something.
she was in that shit. She in it
She
still.
she died, bro. Like, let's be real. She fucking died. The reason why I'm
Yes,
saying
she
this
did.
is
She was.
because
I'm
when
sorry.
when the buzzer went off, sorry.
That shit was hello
Oh
from
my
the
god.
other side.
Oh
Bruh,
my
I
god.
heard real folk blues when I saw her, bro.
Oh,
Da-da-da,
Wow.
da-da, da-da. I was like, oh, she dead.
yeah. I texted you guys like, nigga, she died.
Bro, she was limp on her leg.
Nigga
But
had to
John,
wake her up to go back to her corner.
but
Like, hey, wake up, bitch. You
I
gotta go
don't
back
even
to your
think
corner.
bro, she was stumbling to her corner. She was still gone. Like, and then if you did you guys peep Wei Lee's face when the buzzer went off, she's like, hey, get off me. And it was
Yeah.
like she basically pushed a corpse off her. I was surprised she didn't like try to raise an alarm about that too.
Yeah,
like,
she
But
pushed her
yo,
off her on something. You laying on my leg, bitch. But then
it's
she's
like,
like,
get
oh,
off
she
me.
dead.
Like, all right, guess this one's a rap, fellas. But yeah,
no, she probably
so
did say that.
but but okay, so what's the policy there? Like if the fighter clearly loses consciousness at the buzzer, like I feel like there should have been at least doctor intervention, something, because they were basically just like shout out to Jan's corner man who was like, wait, hold on, let me just press on the base of the nose, get some air into her, boom. But then it was like you look at round two, and it's like round one, and the end of round one didn't even happen at all because she put uh Whaley on her back foot, even overwhelmed her in the grappling exchange. It's like Xiaonan gave her a hard ass fucking time.
I feel
Um,
like
like
I feel
round
like
five. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Let me just finish this real quick. Round five happens, and it's like you look at this. It was just like a constant back and forth. Um, Zhang Wei Li ended up overcoming it in the end, and she got that unanimous decision win. But when I tell you that this fight like spanned the gamut of all aspects of MMA, like
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't make sense, dog. Like, anyway, I've spoken. Go ahead, Bryce.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like they was just like, well, she didn't get knocked out, so I guess it don't count.
But
She didn't
blacked out.
she didn't
She
get
was
her brain
dead,
she
bro.
didn't get her brain rocked. She just had a
You got the
little.
air cut off from it?
She got her air cut off, so it's different. So it's cool. Just keep it going. That's just how it felt.
Like, but seriously though, that feels really irresponsible. Like, just
But
like from a fighter protection standpoint.
I get it in the sense of like, nah, she went to sleep. It's time to stop. But I could also be like, I could see them saying, look, her brain didn't get rocked. She just need a minute. The break will handle that. She'll be fine. Get her back in there. This is literally a title fight. Fuck it. I don't know. Is it crazy? Absolutely. Can I understand in them situations being like if she still want to go, fuck it, we go.
Nah, man. If it were me, I'd be like, hey, you fucking lost. Like, you let her get to your back. She choked you out. At this point, if I'm your coach, I'm irresponsible if I'm gonna let you fight when you just passed out, bro. Like, I feel like some like concussion protocol should be in place or something. I don't know. I'm not a coach though, so
Me neither.
that's what it is.
The shit was still crazy.
Very much so. Very
Oh.
fucking much so.
Bryce, you want to take us into our main event?
So let's go into the main event. Let's go into it. First of
He
all,
got caught. I'm sorry.
get caught.
It's gonna rain.
I'm gonna do a full takedown of this fight in the 3 minutes that it happened. Y'all ready?
Sure.
Ready for this? First of all, just get this and out the way. Me and TJ, we were wrong. Alex Pereira won via KO/TKO against Jamal Hill. We did hope that I said if Jamal went for the ground game, maybe things could be different. TJ, I believe you said the same thing.
I was saying, like, I'm concerned because Alex has his left fucking hook.
Right. That left fucking hook. And, of course, the wrath of Glover. I forgot my quote. But you know what? We're going to get to that later. It pretty much they were getting into the fight. They were filling each other out for a good portion of it. Just shots here and there. I think Jamal actually got a couple of good strikes, but Pereira still like well, I guess I wouldn't say that because he got all his shots in late. But there was an interesting part where it felt like Pereira was dialed in and Jamal got it off. It didn't look like it got Pereira in the groin. It looked like it was just above it. and then the ref tried to come in and Pereira stopped.
He didn't even look at him, Bryce. He just put the hand up.
He didn't even look at him. He said,
relax. He said, relax.
Stay over there. You stay out of there.
He said, relax. It's going to be over soon.
He said, sir, I'm working. And then he just came in with a hook and it caught Jamal clean on the button. Jamal goes to the ground. And like when you see the camera, it's very clear, like the power. I think Jamal underestimated the power.
His eyes rolled in the back of his head
eyes
before.
Rolled, it came back, and he was just like, it was like he was trying to fight of what control he had left with his body. He was like kicking with his leg, and then Pereira came through with them shots. He came through with them shots.
The fucking victory gesture, though. He's like, you see,
yeah.
This is why you don't mess with Glover.
This is why you don't mess with Glover.
Told you stop coming over here messing with these people.
Speaking of, here's one of my quotes that I found. Whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. Whoever does not obey the Son shall not see life. But the wrath of Glover remains on him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This wrath of Glover, fam, it's undefeated. It's beaten 2 UFC light heavyweight champions, fam. If you fought Glover, do not fight this man. If you fought Glover, stay away. Just don't. Don't even talk to Glover. Don't disrespect Glover. Matter of fact, go buy him a bike. That might help you. Give him something. Cause y'all ain't style bender, fam. You know,
Does this extend to John Jones, who also fought and beat Glover?
it extends to John Jones. That's why he went to fucking heavyweight.
Well, guess who's targeting heavyweight? Looks
And
like he
guess
might be
why?
targeting
And guess
Aspinall.
why? And guess the fuck why? Because there's one more person that deserves the wrath of Glover. One more. That's why motherfucking Data like, nah, you ain't going up there.
Are you saying is that why Alex has been rushing through the weight classes? Because he
That's
just got to get the
exactly
work
why.
done.
Gotta get everybody, fam. The wrath of Glover, bro.
I honor my father by completing his work. Fucking Talia
And now I can
over
rest.
here. Yeah.
And now I can rest.
Yo.
For the wrath of Glover is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men.
Oh
Who
my
by their
God.
unrighteousness suppress the truth. Bruh. Y'all can't play with Glover, bro. He coming for y'all. John gotta apologize. You gotta apologize to
It
Glover.
was just so long ago, though, Bryce.
It ain't over.
Hey, but all jokes aside, you know what's crazy? How Alex still looks kind of big for light heavyweight. Like Jamal Hill is not a small individual by any measure, right?
Not at all.
And Alex was like kind of towering over him, it felt like.
Yep.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, how was this man making 185?
That's a good ass point.
I don't know. But we could see an Aspinall Pereira matchup because Aspinall definitely was locked in.
It helps that he never fought Glover.
Good. Let's see what
His
happens.
chances are higher.
Chances are higher.
100%. All we could do is see what happened. What was so everybody's
Everybody's
fighting night.
You know it's Gaethje Holloway, bro.
It's obviously that,
you
right?
know it's that one. Come
Gaethje.
on.
Good. That's what's up. I ain't know if it was gonna be a problem in this motherfucker. So
Relax.
Shit got me charged up.
All right, should we segue into our picks for Nicolau versus Perez, which is taking place Saturday, April 27th?
Yeah, 2 weeks. We got what'd you say? Nicolau versus Perez.
Mateus, Nicolau, Alex Perez.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that the opener is gonna be either Randy Yaya versus Victor Henry or Dontel Mays versus Caio Machado. Let's go with Dontel Mays and up, right? All right, so what y'all thinking? Heavyweight Dontel Mays versus Caio Machado. Who y'all got?
I'm a
What, are you on the prelims?
No, I'm on the UFC's website right now.
No,
they don't have it. They don't have it split up.
They had it split up on Google.
Yeah.
Let's see fight night Nicolau versus Perez.
Yeah, the opening fight is Tim Means versus Udos Medic.
Wait, but then they've only got a 4-fight main card?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing 5.
Nigga, what the fuck is UFC? Why don't you guys ever update your shit? I'm going to the source, and the source isn't even the source of truth.
Yeah, I'm looking at the UFC fight night. Tim Means the opening fight for the main card.
Tim Means versus Euros. Austin versus, I'm not pronouncing that. You're not.
I'm looking at the ESPN website now. It's saying
Lipsky fighting?
Ariane versus Karine Silva. Oh, I haven't seen Karine Silva in a while. All right, so anyway, let's look at now that I've got my shit together, because y'all already had your feet together. All right, Tim Means versus Udos Medic. Who y'all got? Dirty Bird or Udos?
New day. I want Udos. Tim Means 40.
And that's not necessarily a determining factor anymore.
I know that, but I don't know. This dude, young, hungry, 9-2. And he 30 years old from Serbia. The doctor coming off. I don't know. I mean, he coming off a loss, coming off a sub, but he a big dude. I don't know.
He also got squiggly lines over letters, and I ain't seen that before. So I'm
All
just
right.
All right, well, I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna say Tim Means.
Okay.
All right, next up we got Austin Lane and Jonata Denise. What is this? Is this a heavyweight? Heavyweight bout?
Yeah, it's a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, 215 plus. Um, Austin Lane, Jonata Denise. Jonata is 6-0. Austin Lane is
Not at
12
6
and
and 0. He a
4.
former kickboxer.
Ooh,
said
Brazil. I'm gonna have to go Brazil. Unless Austin Lane fouls him, in which case Austin Lane. I didn't forget what he did to fucking Justin Taffa. Then they ran it back, and Justin Taffa was like, "You weren't a problem." Yeah, I'm gonna go Brazil. Let's go, Jonathan Denise. What do you got? Who'd you guys pick?
I'm going Janata because I'm familiar with him already.
I'm going Janata.
Next up we got Ariane Lipski and Karine Silva. I'm assuming this is women straw
Fly.
flyweight. All right, women's flyweight. Ariane is good. I feel like the last time I saw Karine, I feel like she was coming off of L. Hold on. Because I feel like we covered Karine's.
Hey, all I'm gonna tell you is that you're incorrect.
Oh, wait.
You are very incorrect.
No,
You're
no,
super
no.
incorrect.
I remember her debut. She fucking killed niggas. Hold on.
Yeah, I know who I'm picking.
Karine. I'm going Karine.
Judging on the reaction, I gotta go Karine too.
Nah, nigga, I'm going Marine. She on a fucking 8-fight win streak, dog. Nah. And she iced the shorty that beat her before she got in the UFC in her last fight. Nah, she got it.
All right, next up we got Ryan Spann versus Bogdan Guskov. Light heavyweight.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. The Europeans been going crazy, but I'm gonna keep it tall. I'm betting on black.
Lately, that feels like a risky bet.
Hey, I know, but
it's the bet that you need to take. I'm getting both fan too.
Hey, nigga said lately that sounds like a risky bet. It's like, okay, DraftKings, my bad.
I do like Ryan Spann, but the last European I saw him go against Nikita Krylov triangled him.
Yeah. Maybe he trying to get it back.
All right, Ryan Spann, I'm gonna put an egg in your basket. All right. For the main event, I'm gonna tell you right now, not familiar with any of these niggas.
Should be there.
But if I have to, if you're asking me to bet Brazil versus the States,
I gotta go Brazil.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Brazil on this one. Mateus.
Alex Perez is what, Mexican? Yeah, he's American. So yeah, y'all hating on dude. Fuck. Yeah, this is a tough one because Alex Perez actually is a bad man, but I'm gonna go the other way because he coming off he on a streak of losses. And his job might be on the line, but I think Mateus gonna pull it off. Yeah, Alex Perez coming off on a 3-fight losing streak right now, so he definitely need this win. They both coming off a loss, but dude coming off a single loss. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Let's see. But that's gonna cover our picks for our next UFC event. That's gonna be in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Mateus Nicolau versus Alex Perez. And as far as next weekend, we will be covering Devin Haney versus Ryan. What is his name? Garcia. Ryan Garcia.
How did you? All right.
Yeah, it happens,
what is on that? What is that on ESPN Plus or DAZN? I'll figure it out. It's either one or the other, right?
Yeah, it does. Is what I'm looking at doesn't say where it's being broadcast, but I'm pretty sure it's like DAZN or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, so we got Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, 12 rounds for the WBC junior welterweight title. So we'll see if Ryan can pull it off.
Wait, all right, then real quick, who we picking? Because
Devin. I'm
Ryan
picking Devin
Garcia has
Haney.
been on the mental tip a little all over the place.
Picking
So I'm
Devin Haney.
gonna go Devin Haney myself.
Cool. Don't pick anything, Bryce. Sure.
Damn. I was like waiting for Bryce to say something.
I said Haney.
Oh, okay. My bad. That's my bad. That's my bad. All right. So we all in on Devin Haney. Any final thoughts, fellas?
I got one. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, okay. Let no one deceive you with empty words.
I hate this nigga.
For because of these things, the wrath of Glover comes upon the sons of disobedience.
Thank you guys for checking out another episode.
He's coming up with these himself. Go ahead, man.
Thank y'all for checking out another episode of the Now Mind You podcast. We really appreciate you guys' support. You can follow us all on social media. You can follow me at Matt Hambrick. That's MATTHAMBRICTJ.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Tuss4Skate. That's TUSS__SKATE. Acolyte of the Church of Glover. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Ashe_Onsa. That's AXE_ONCA Bay on Instagram. Also, be sure to pay for if look for Glover's wish list on Amazon and just buy something so the wrath of Glover doesn't come to your house and punch you while you sleep. It's scary out here, y'all. The wrath of Glover is here.
Where can they find the podcast, Bryce?
They can find the podcast at Now Mind You Podcast, wherever you like to get your podcast, wherever you like to get your social media.
I'm being silent.
You are.
Clearly.
We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.